There's nothing like, pushing yourself to the max and seeing what you're truly capable of on the racetrack. This is my motocross setup or snow bike setup. December 2008, the second race of that season, I ended up getting into a wreck during a competition. I was thrown from my machine, landed feet first, and on impact, my left knee buckled 180 degrees into the wrong direction, caused a compound fracture, severed the main artery that supplies my lower leg. Doctors did what they could to try and save my leg, but with major circulation complications, in order for me to basically survive, they'd have to amputate my leg just above the knee. And I didn't see it coming at all. This was going to be my new life. I found out about the X Games Adaptive Supercross. I'm like, man, I gotta be part of this. The one thing that I need to figure out is the tool to allow me to ride at the level I want to be. So my wheels started turning. You know what, I'm gonna build a better leg. 5 weeks or so, I had the first working prototype and I went for that first ride. I was so excited, my hands are just shaking. I'm putting these last nuts and bolts together. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go ride. Instantly knew that, wow, this is gonna get me there. 7 months after my injury happened, I was racing X Games Supercross. Everybody was basically using their everyday equipment for riding moto, and I realized I could develop something here to help other people too. BioAdapt was created to manufacture the tools needed for us amputees to get out and about and enjoy some of the best things in life. I started at my drawing board and then develop it into 3D models and then ultimately machine it. One of the major challenges is producing our production components as well as prototyping new stuff. The real game changer is partnering with a company like Protolabs. I can send them a part, get an instant quote, and then within a day or two I actually have a part in hand. Now that allows me to perform at my highest level right down to the last minute.
How do you think that's going to help you perform differently?
By creating these parts here, it's manufacturable, stronger, tighter, and it just connects me better to the prosthesis. It's always difficult to find consistent quality, but it's even harder to find quick turnarounds. Having that option to see it up front before we get too far into the process allowed me to go back to my design team and just make a couple modifications and then re-upload it, and it's like, bam, speeds up the process enormously.
You're a few steps ahead of yourself all the time. Glad to be part of your team, and we wish you all the best in Aspen.
My ultimate goal was not to be an adaptive athlete. My ultimate goal was to be the best athlete I could be.
Mike Schultz, the man himself. I said he's extremely dominant in adaptive sports. He happens to have 9 adaptive X Games gold medals.
My Moto knee's working awesome. All these new parts that we've been testing with work spectacular. That's clicking time off each lap time. 8 riders in my class altogether. 7 of them are wearing equipment that I built. They're, doing a double take. Hey, what you got? You got some new parts there, don't you?
He just wants to see the sport of adaptive motorsports succeed, whether he is the top dog or someone with his technology and guidance.
We as a whole appreciate being out on the racetrack because we can be. Still very, very, very competitive, I tell you, but the perspective is definitely a little bit different.
It's going to be a 6-lap race, and the question is, who's going to get out to that early hole shot as we get set to kick it off here? Here we go, neck and neck for the lead there. Mike Schultz driving. Find Mike Schultz there on the far left side, coming up that uphill straightaway right there. On to the final lap right here. Let's see if he can do it again. There you go. Mike Schultz is going to make it 2 years in a row out here at Snowcross Adaptive.
It's been a ton of fun and extremely rewarding seeing where my ideas start and where they end up.